Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa and welcome back to the glorious OverAnalyzed series, which is of course our Overwatch coaching series. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, if you would like to send a video in for consideration to appear on this series, then follow the instructions that have been on the screen. Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at a 1,599 rated Silver Soldier player. Now, let's get stuck into this. So what we're going to do is obviously focus on quite a few different things with Soldier. We're going to be focusing on, yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen, positioning. And yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen, aim. And will it be good aim and bad positioning, or will it be bad positioning and bad aim, or good aim, bad aim? Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be beautiful. Now, of course, what we want to do is I want to press pause because we want to check out what the team is. Now, remember, this is a fairly low-level game, so I'm expecting certain things to happen. Things like, oh, I don't know, my aim is really bad, or, oh, we don't really understand team compositions, or, oh, we don't really understand what we should be doing at any given moment. We just run in and die, and, oh, we trickle in. So I'm going to be looking out for that. However, we take a look at the team here. This team comp actually isn't too bad. It depends what this guy does. Now, what we don't want to see is like a Bastion or like a Junkrat or something crazy. It would be nice if this was a Lucio or even a Ana, although Ana might be a little bit too difficult for a bronze player, but, another support. Like, what you've got to think if you're this guy is we've only got one support. If we have two supports, then we get the big W most of the time because we will win. And ladies and gentlemen, that basically extends through every single tier of the ladder. Take it from me. All right, let's get stuck into this. Let's go. So, alright. Junkrat primed and ready. Not really what we wanted to hear, but it's fine. Okay, let's think about positioning, right? Always try and take the high ground as Soldier. This isn't a bad position, though, on this point on Oasis. Now, we're working on Genji. This is cool, but we're missing a lot of shots. We want to keep working on Genji. Why have we swapped, right? Think about target priority, yeah? Genji is the one we wanted to kill. We don't want to just shoot the Hog, because we're not going to kill the Hog. He's being healed by Mercy. All we are doing there is giving Mercy ultimate charge, right? And we're already a man down. And then we go back to firing at Genji. Then we go back to firing at D.Va. Then we try and Helix rocket Genji, but we'll get hit by the defense matrix. And now we're getting killed by Soldier. That was bad. That was. I don't mean any offense, but that was a very, very low tier play, right? Which is no surprise because this is a low tier player. That was terrible. You wanted to kill Genji. That was good. And then what's he doing here? What's that Soldier doing there? Like, he's way out of position. Like, see this Soldier here? Oh my god. Right, we killed him. Mercy killed him.
Stupid freaking 76, I swear.
Yeah, he is stupid, Mercy, I agree. He pushed forward way too much there. And yeah, he got a couple of kills, but now he's dead and your team's respawning. So your team will be back on the point now before he gets back. So it should be a 5v6 in theory. Well, it is a 5v6 now because you've just killed Genji, which is awesome. So yeah, your target priority, you started off on Genji, and then it was like, oh no, Genji's too hard to hit, so I'm going to start shooting Roadhog. Genji is not that difficult to hit. Genji jumps around in arcs. If you watch the way he jumps, right, it's kind of easy to track what he's doing, especially if you're a Soldier and you can put a lot of damage into him. But it just all comes down to practice, right? And you just got to practice. One thing I am noticing as well is, we'll just keep this running. Notice, I'm going to draw a line through the middle of the screen. That's like a fucked up line. Let me draw another line. There we go. Why have I got rid of it? That is not a line. Why can I not draw a line? Okay, there's a line, right? We're dead. Okay. The purpose of that line is now, well, it's been defeated because, well, yeah. What I was going to show you is the sort of, imagine this is the horizontal plane, and you kind of want to keep this on the heads of the players, yeah? Because at the moment, yours is down here. Like, you're kind of looking at the floor and shooting people in the kneecaps and in the legs. You don't want to do that. You want to shoot them in the head for maximum damage. So, think about that level. Tac visor. Alright, so that tac visor, right, wasn't necessarily too... That was bad, because kill us out with the Helix rocket, kind of. Yeah, we did. That tac visor wasn't too bad because you noticed the Genji was using his ult, so you popped the tac visor. But Soldier 76 luckily put his Earth Shatter... Reinhardt put his Earth Shatter down, so you can kind of combo through with it, so it wasn't too bad. Soldier's ultimate and Tracer's ultimate and I guess you could say D.Va Bomb. They're pretty much ultimates, but you see what I mean about aiming too low. They're ultimates that you can kind of use at will, but you want to use them in, when it's clever to do so. So on a very basic level with Soldier 76, don't use his ultimate if D.Va's in your face. D.Va wasn't there, you used your ultimate. It was to counter a Genji ultimate, so, it was okay. That wasn't too bad. But yeah, this is a massive problem. Look, you're aiming at the floor. You see my line, right? That's got to be lined up with the heads of the players. You know what? We'll just leave this on the screen for a second because I think this kind of Oh, we got scatter arrow, so let's get rid of it. That's unlucky. I mean, your stats are not too bad, right? Like, honestly, I think this is okay play, but it's really bad positioning. It's really inconsistent target priority, and the accuracy needs working on. So I don't want to say that you're a silver player, because I think you could easily get up to gold and probably into platinum if you just sort of maybe focused a little bit more on where you're aiming, I think. Because you seem to be traversing the map fairly okay, although now we're going to take a beating. Notice what that Soldier 76 did. Yeah, notice where he was. Look where he is. He's on the high ground, right? It's the perfect flank. Look at that. Look at that. That is maximum value. Soldier, and I'd turn the tips off as well, because I don't think anybody really needs these basic tips, so I get rid of them. It's just crap on the screen we don't need. That a very, very basic Soldier 76 sort of advice is try and flank the enemy when you can. This here is really bad, right? Yeah, this is bad. You're lucky to get away there, but that was bad because you've rushed forward. Your whole team is dead. There is literally nothing you could have done there apart from get killed, right? Yes, you're doing damage to Roadhog, but all that's happening is Roadhog is getting his... well, he's being healed. This tac visor is, I would say, questionable, but it seems to be doing work, so... Yeah, like, that's obviously value. If you're popping tac visor and killing 2 people, that's value. I'd be careful of Roadhog, although he's been killed by a Riptire, so... That's fine.
Damn it!
Oh, and it did say in the notes, which I've totally been talking over all this video, but it did say in the notes for this OverAnalyzed submission that the player just didn't record his microphone, but you can see he is talking, so I presume he's making call-outs and stuff. Obviously, I can't comment too much on what you're saying because I don't know what you're saying, but as Soldier 76, generally what I'd be saying is I would be asking if we've got an Ana for the nano boost so I can use tac visor, or I would just be making really basic call-outs as to positions of enemies. Like I'd be like, Winston's low, Tracer's behind, you know, stuff like that. Nothing, you don't have to really get any more complex than that. Alright, so you are suffering from... I don't even know what to call this. It's like a phenomenon, this is, at lower ranks, where people... Like, there's this thing in the screen, right, which is the... Like, imagine this is the point, yeah? And it's like you get attached, like attracted to it for some reason.
Do they have a Lucio?
When sometimes it's actually much better to just stay, you know, on the... I mean, to go off on a crazy tangent, right? If you're playing Winston, right? A lot of Winston players will come around the corner like this. Say this is the point in the middle. And then they'll go, "Wah!" and jump straight away into the whole enemy team, get instantly blown up, and wonder what the hell's happened. Whereas a better Winston player will take his time, would wait for the enemy to do whatever. Maybe they've got a Winston who dives in or something like that. Then you can counter dive him. Then you can do something else, right?
I remember you.
But this seems to happen a lot at lower levels. Like people just rush into the point and die. I noticed Junkrat got a bit toxic on the microphone as well. What I'm going to say about toxic players in this game is Blizzard need to fix the game because there's too many toxic players. Just they get away with it, right? That's why they're toxic. Just mute them, block them straight away. You don't want people like this Junkrat guy in your voice comms who are going to be detrimental to the team because what they're doing is they're creating like a negative attitude. Anyway, next point. Want to get the high ground? Looks like we're going to get the high ground. This is great. Always get the high ground because the high ground is the best ground, especially when you're Soldier 76. We need to run away though because Reaper's on top of us. Alright, this is not realizing when we were wrecked. We do not want to fight Reaper at point blank range. He will kill us all of the time. As soon as he jumped onto us, yeah, we had enough time there to jump down onto the low ground and run away. We didn't. Diva came up there and we died, so that was our fault. What we got to think is it's always our fault when we die. Alright, it's never the enemy's fault. It's our fault for letting them kill us, unless they purely outskill us, in which case, alright, guess it's their fault. That there is kind of unlucky, but you have to expect that the choke is going to get spammed. So yeah, I mean that was unlucky. Whatever, that was just one shot by Hanzo. So you can't really take too much from that. But remember, high ground is where you kind of want to be. I'm quite surprised with the way this team's playing. They're sort of sticking together quite a lot. Which, all right. I think we need to talk about your use of Helix Rocket as well. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We're going to chase the Reaper. No, we know Hanzo's up there. Okay, so that there was a sequence of events that happened that should not have happened because you should have had much better game knowledge. And this is a thing with Overwatch, right? This is about... it's like Overwatch awareness. There must be a fancy term for it, but it's about understanding what's going to happen at any given time. And it makes you a much better player. Like I always believe that, yeah, mechanically you can get yourself to Masters, but if you want to get above Masters, then you need to be, you need to be clever. And there's no reason why you can't be clever and not as mechanically gifted and still get yourselves up to higher ranks. You knew Hanzo was spamming the choke there, yet you stood in there and died. You wanted to fight the Reaper, but you didn't really take advantage of what Reaper was like, how to abuse Reaper, right? But also there was a McCree above us, so we should not have been trying to take that, because if McCree decides to kill us, then we're dead. Anyway, I was going to talk about your Helix rocket, and that there was a beautiful Helix rocket. You seem to be using the Helix rocket. Well, I noticed a lot of Soldier 76 players do this, is they almost treat the Helix as if it's a, you know, your best damage source, when actually it's better for you to just continue to fire. If you can continually land headshots on a target when it's 1v1, you'll do more damage to them than firing the Helix rocket into them, to be honest, right? Use the Helix to try and get the kill, finish the kill off, yeah? Or if it's somebody like Tracer or Genji who are jumping around really quick, then yeah, you can fire the Helix into the ground because it's got a slight sort of AoE to get a bit of splash damage onto them, and then you can stop, you know, continuing to fire into them. But what I don't want you to do is firing at people, then just suddenly randomly try and Helix rocket them, and then keep firing at them, because Helix rocket is a projectile, yeah? The fact is, you will become a much better Soldier player if you practice with your primary fire in the games and don't rely as much on the Helix rocket. And then you can start working Helix rocket in. You know, because it's a projectile, so it requires a different bit of aim. You have to almost lead it in. Now, this is a very precarious moment for the team. Like, very, very precarious. Because what we've got here is... well, we've got triple tank, we've got Mercy, we've got Junkrat, and we've got Soldier. Not the greatest team comp, but we're 2-0 down. That's why this is my issue, right? Usually this is where tilt occurs. So, hang on. What the hell just flew past us? I just seen that. We know what's there. Whoa. This is game sense and lack of game sense. Watch this. If I can rewind properly. I really need to get a better way of rewinding here. It just jumps all over the place. What the hell? Go back. Right, we'll just play from this. Watch what happens. Hanzo's Sonic Arrow clearly flies right next to us. We know it's in the wall. What does that tell us? Remember, everything in Overwatch, there's a reason to it. Take the information in, disseminate it, and go, what does that mean? Well, it means that Hanzo now knows where we are, so he's going to scatter arrow us. Watch. See, it just came in. We can't stand here. We've got to move. There's the scatter arrow. Luckily, it didn't get us. I bet Hanzo would kill you 100% with the scatter arrow there. You have to move. These little things, you will get better the more you play Overwatch, because then you'll be like, oh, right. You see, because this is a lot of the time, people are like, how are these players so good? You know, I'm just as good as this Master Soldier player. Well, you know, why am I in Platinum? Well, it's because he's making better decisions than you. That's why. You might have better aim than him, but he might have better game sense, so it kind of sets off the balance, yeah? And let's be honest, anyone in Masters has probably got decent aim. Anyway, it's not like they've got terrible aim. Positioning here on this point was not great. We could have took the high ground. We've got a Reinhardt, right? He should have went to the high ground. You should have went to the high ground. But still, you just taking the high ground on your own would have still worked out quite well.
Did McCree get a buff or something? Why is he doing so good?
What? Did he just say he was McCree?
Probably a
Smurf? No. Like, this is like, no, there is no such thing as Smurfs in this game.
Killing me with one bullet.
Well, he just shot you in the head, Junkrat. Like, Junkrat is, yeah, I don't know. I don't like that Junkrat player. I would have muted him because he's like a moaner. But what's happening is, whoa. whoa. He should not have been fanning the hammer there, McCree.
Luckier than shit.
No, we're gonna. Right, what? Just forget what I was about to say, and let's go back to what is the plan? Where is the plan here? This is what we're doing. We're hiding behind. We're using. I can hear somebody coming to the left. Oh, okay. Behind us, McCree. Right. You probably think that was a good ultimate. Let me just tell you right now, that was horrifically bad. Yeah, that is the only thing that will work at this. That will not work at any other level, right? Because what will happen is D.Va, she'll hear the "I've got you in my sights" and she'll ram defense matrix in your face, and you will not be able to do anything. Always try and get rid of D.Va, yeah, and then pop the tac visor. Also, that kind of mad little flank there, which I did say I want you to flank more, but that's just not going to wash at better levels of the game, and it's a bad habit to get. Is you need to get better at the fundamentals of the game to become a better player, not try and do crazy flanks like that. So if you stayed with your team, really practiced on your aim, your general accuracy, and taking the high ground, you would be more effective than running around trying to get crazy flanks with tac visor. While it worked, and I can see why you probably want to do it again, it's not a great idea.
Yeah,
and can we just address why you tried to go in and take a fully... Like, why are we trying to fight Roadhog here? Again, that's the problem with game sense, right? Roadhog has been nerfed, yes. He's not as powerful as he was, yes. But if you're in a room with Roadhog, point blank, where you cannot escape, he will kill you, right? Do not run into that room. Like, that was crazy. That was like total bloodlust. We can see where High Noon is, so hide. We're 2 men down. Like, this is another thing we've got to get back into the habit of doing here, right? Is knowing what's going on. We're 2 men down here, right? 3 men down. We've got to get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Because if we stay here, we die, and then we're going to be staggered. We need to leave. Reaper needs to not go in there, because he's going to die. Reaper's dead. He's lucky because he's got away. If we die now, that is really, really bad. Such a delayed spawn. Remember, like, trying to get your team together for the next push is crucial. If you lose 3 people and don't kill any of the enemy, you cannot win that fight. So you have to think to yourself, again, going back to the game knowledge, right, we cannot win this fight. I've looked up in the top right. We're 3 men down. So I am now going to... obviously, we're not now. I'm just using it as an example. So I'm now going to run away. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. I was going to say, using Tac Visor there with a Roadhog, it was questionable. It worked because the Roadhog didn't turn around. Again, these are only things you can abuse at players at this level. And as you become a better player, because you will become a better player, you'll do things like that and just die straight away and waste the Tac Visor, and it'll, not be great. So what we're looking at doing here is maintaining the high ground. We did not need to use Biofield. Another thing I noticed a lot of Soldier players do as well is they spam their Biofield down. Just at random points, almost like anticipating damage to come through. This is such a powerful ability, and when you don't have it, it's going to cost you. Like, imagine having it, like now when D.Va dived onto you, right? Or if they push him really strong. That was actually a nice kill there with the Helix rocket. Then what are you going to do, right? Delay? Well, yeah, we could delay her, but we just kill her. So, all right. The concept of delaying a D.Va, let me just go over this. When you pop D.Va out of a mech, she is no danger to anybody then, right? It's very rare that she's going to kill somebody. The only time you want to kill her is if she's contesting the payload, right? Or is it if she's going to capture the control point, which you never was going to do there anyway. So what you could have done is just basically left her there. The longer she's alive in that little baby D.Va state, and you know that you can kill her at any moment, and the later you kill her, it is the better for your team, because then she will not be resynced in terms of respawns. Notice she's back on the point already. If you delayed her, she wouldn't have actually got back for this final fight, I doubt it. This is dangerous because scatter arrows us, we die. That was really well played though. Good accuracy, and we killed him. We're kind of going on a flank there here, which I don't mind. Why are we running into the point? Oh my god. We did not need to run into the point there. We could have just held the position back and carried on firing into the point. Yeah, this is a fine use of Tac Visor because it's the last fight.
Fighting, guys.
We've won this, easy. Which is the only other like overwriting sort of circumstance you really want to use your ultimates, even if like I'm saying, don't use your ultimate when there's a D.Va and mech, right? As Soldier, but
I thought they already passed.
if it's the last fight, then use your Tac Visor, right? Because what you're going to do is save it for the next game. No, just use it in that game. Alright, so that was better. That was definitely better. That wasn't as bad, I'll say, as the other rounds. But we'll see. Stay grouped on PT. Don't chase them too far. See, it's not bad advice. Like, really, like, Overwatch is a simple game. Really, like, just stay together, attack as a team. Well, not necessarily stay together, but attack as a team, right? You can split up and do flank maneuvers and whatever, but always go into a 6v6. Don't try a 5v6 because you generally lose. Okay.
We won because we were sticking together way better.
Okay, Junk. Junk's back with the mad advice. All right, so this time we're just swapping it up. I'd prefer if you got the high ground, to be fair, almost all of the time on this map. Our biofield is in the middle of nowhere. Waste of the biofield. See, they've got a win there because they've made you use an ability. Well, actually, you just randomly used it, which is not great. Right, there's a McCree. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, we've got to pause this. Oh my god, where's my pause button? Uh-oh, it looks like it's unfolding. And McCree has just dropped down. It's very unlikely that he's used his flashbang. Look at us, we've got no health. We have to run away. We have to get the hell out. What we should have done here, right, is basically ran back this way and then dropped our biofield down maybe there, because he probably wouldn't come all the way around. If he does, whatever, then we can try and take him on, but we would have healed a little bit. But what is happening is what I just was expecting to happen, is McCree is going to flashbang you and then kill you because you got 44 health. Yeah. That, again, is game knowledge. That is... Oh god, it's McCree. You see, watch you there. Like, you're like, oh, McCree. Instead of running away there, you sort of just try and hide in a really awkward place and die. I mean, you could have ran back to the point as well, because you could see from the cam there that McCree was actually going to the way I suggested that you go, so he probably would have killed you anyway. So now what's crucial is we get back together as a team. Look at the team. We've lost players, right? They flipped the point. We're kind of playing it safe here. This isn't too bad. We have capped the point. This point is notorious as well for being endlessly contested. Getting the high ground is what you should always be doing, right? Just think about simple things, right? If this high ground and I can take it, let's take it. Because look at this, they can't really hit you up here. That's a good use of the biofield. Keep applying pressure to Zen. Remember what we said about target priority. Just keep shooting Zen. Just keep... Like, we could have killed Zen if we really focused him there. Hog is low, yes. And Hog is an easy target to hit. But look, he's not dead. And what's he going to do? He's going to use his take a breather. He's going to get healed. Now, luckily, the rest of your team did work there. You really didn't do too much there. You could have done so much more. You were attacking Zen. You could have popped Zen and he's dead.
Now we're playing.
Okay, Junkrat seems to be loving it now. This position, though, this is a really good position for tac visor. So I hope you're going to sit here and then use tac visor when they come through. Because what you can do here is you can keep your eyes on basically all three entrances to the point. We've got this one, we've got that one, then we've got the one down here. We know if they come through any point here, we can contest them. So this is like the ideal position for Soldier. I think Genji's going to try and contest us.
We got D.Va on the point.
So shoot him. So uses deflect. Oh, okay, we kind of dropped off.
Coming down the steps.
Like a late deflect on Genji. Like, don't shoot Genji when he's deflecting. We're going to get the high ground and attack visor. This would be my plan now. Remember, always think of plans. High ground attack visor. Yep. High noon. We need to be aware of that. We should not die to that. We should not die to that. We knew that was there. We should have dropped off. We had Genji on us. Yep, but we should not have died. Watch you here from the kill cam. Yeah, you had like maybe a second and a half there. You could have dropped down to the low ground. Unfortunate, low reaction speed, not really being aware. Probably getting caught up in the fact that you were drilling people with tac visor, which is fine. Happens to the best of us. Now they're using tac visor. Not great, because I can't really see where he's... Oh, there he is on the point. Got a couple of kills. Your Mercy must have res. Another thing we've got to get into the habit of, guys, as well, is pressing tab all of the time. Ah, you see there? That was a Helix rocket we didn't really need, because we should have just carried on firing at him. And we would have done enough damage. Like, imagine if we had the Helix there. We could have fired it through and maybe got splash damage onto two people. As they were both low. Oh, we should kill this Genji. No. The worst thing you can do with a blade in Genji is be frightened of him and run away. If Genji pulls his blade and he's on top of you, he will kill you 100%, right? All he's got to do is spam left mouse button. He'll slash and you'll die. What you've got to do is try and kill him. So always be aggressive on a blade in Genji. When you see him pull the blade, you attack him, right? Especially when he's on top of you. You fire at him, you do damage to him. It's honestly the best thing you can do. So 100% of the time, that's what I'd be looking at doing.
I'm so sorry, Lucio.
Mercy, sorry. McCree's gone big on their team, although he's dead. And we're going to take the high ground again. This is what we should be doing. It's kind of really even on the point as well. Okay, pressure with the D.Va. That's sweet. Right, we got the kill there. They flip the point. We should be able to get rid of the D.Va and maybe pull this back, actually. There's a Genji as well. Stay in your biofield. Alright, this is kind of a brawl, but this has worked out. That was a good tac visor there, I'll say. Like, it's good and it's both bad. Like, it's good because it enabled you to 100% kill those people on the point. I'd say it's bad because those kills you could have secured with just shooting them. But if you're not, too confident with accuracy, then it was fine doing that. Problem we've got here is they're coming in pretty strong, and McCree's got a couple of kills. I'm sure we can take the McCree. Remember what I said about that line as well, that magical line. I'll tell you what, let's draw it on the screen, as annoying as it is. And let's try and keep this line on the heads of the enemy. Probably don't want to be next to him doing that. Nice! If we do that to him, though, that is nice. Baited him in and then just destroyed him. So think about headshot height, right? Alright, melee. Looks like we're going to cap this point, so that was pretty good.
Nice, guys.
Every time I draw my line on the screen, it never works. Nothing really happens to show it off. Oh, we've got a Lucio now.
Yeah, and this book. You're putting in some work, buddy.
Oh, so the Toxic Junkrat is congratulating you, Soldier. Love it. But look, we've got a Lucio. This is why we're winning, right? I hate to break this to your team. You've got two supports. This is why you're winning at this level. Try and take the high ground sometimes as well, instead of just standing here in the safe place, because there's no barrier to protect you, right? You're going to take damage. So remember what I said before, focusing on the Genji. Look at him, he's low. Just kill him. He's like, what can he do? Kill him. Yes! Come on. It's almost like you were listening. Although it's impossible that you were listening because it's the same game style. But from the very first thing I said in this game was your target priority was bad. And then you go on in the same game and show me that your target priority can be worked on, and you know it's bad, and you totally rinse that Genji. That was great. That is the best thing I've seen you do all game, and I'm proud. You've made me proud. That is awesome. Genji's back again, and we'll kill him again because he's Genji and we don't care. Right, let's draw this line back on the screen because I want to look at this, right? This needs to be on the heads of the enemies, yeah? Winston is really easy to shoot in the head. So just keep shooting him in the head. He's had enough of that. We've got a Mercy left alone on the point. Shooting the Winston. And try and pulse his shots a little bit as well. Okay, why have you tap visor? Waste of a tap visor. D.Va used her bomb, and we're tap visor in to kill Soldier 1v1. We don't need that. Like, imagine if we had this tap visor still available, so it's an over-investment. The only thing I will say is it's at least you're using your tac visor and you're not saving, you know, you're not holding it forever. That's like the worst thing you can do with ultimates, especially with Soldier and like Tracer ultimates, is just hold on to them all game. Try at least use them, so at least that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of my line because it's really annoying, but the point of that was just to show you that try and keep head high. And maybe not, like me saying maybe not use the Helix rocket as much. What I'm just trying to promote with that is just try and rely more on your aim, because if your aim's much better with your primary fire, then you can use the Helix to clean up. Instead of like mixing Helix in, like if you imagine if you had your Helix now, right, you could fire it into the ground and splash damage the Genji, because you won't be able to deflect it, and then you could shoot him. Instead, we got a later Helix and then kind of missed him, but we should still be able to kill him. Like, he can't kill us here. We've got him easy. Ahooga! Oh, God. So, oh, we got res, but that is a duel we should never lose. What the hell is this Bastion? we don't need our biofield, do we? Remember, like, don't waste the biofield. It is such a powerful ability, biofield is. Like, imagine if you could drop it down now. Could have gone down there and dropped it down on the D.Va. I'm not saying it would have saved the mech, but it would have, like, you know, at least helped her out. This is an ultimate, it's fine, like it's the last fight. Again, like remember, if it's the last fight, just pop your ultimates.
My skin too, my guy, don't worry.
Big res off Mercy. And that kind of comes into being more aware of what's going on, right? If you were tracking the ultimates correctly, you might have known that Mercy had res, so you could have maybe delayed. However, Mercy might not have used the res because there were 2 people alive on the point and they might have flipped. So I think using tac visor was still probably the right thing to do there. Mercy's open for business. Kill Mercy. Okay. Oh, that was a nice Helix. Oh no, this Mercy. No. You've got that magnetic problem where you're just running into the point.
They're freaking out because we're winning, I think.
Yeah, Mercy's right. She is right. Well, you freaked out there because you just ran in like, I'm going in. I will kill this Mercy. Oh, this Junkrat. I don't know what it is about players with that attitude. It really, well, it don't trigger me, but I mute them straight away. Okay, what are we going for here? D.Va's out of mech. That's good. Clean up. It's clean up. It's clean up. We got this. And push forward. They've resed again. Bloody Mercy reses. See, even I didn't expect the res there.
Fuck, I got robbed.
Junkrat got robbed. Alright, we got our own res though. We should be able to just clean this up. But just think about target priority, right? Who do we want to be shooting there? We want to be killing the easy to kill targets, right?
I'm down.
Or the ones that can do damage to our team. And we have to make this decision on the fly.
Got me with his ult again.
This is actually getting kind of dangerous, right? We should have won this. This is again a moment where tilt can set in because it's like 2-2. We should have won. They're coming back. And it's like, oh. And you'll be surprised how often this happens. Which, for everybody watching this video, guys, if you lose one team fight or it's a 2-2 game, don't worry about it. Don't be like, oh no, it's the worst thing ever, and throw. Because in Overwatch, it only takes one player to throw, but 6 players to win the game. Right, we've got a sound barrier, which we can beat and go in. This is good. Just rush in. When you've got a sound barrier, you're not invincible, right? But you can take a ton of damage. And what I'd be looking to do, get as much damage out as possible. We could have Helix rocketed that. We could have fired a Helix rocket into that Mercy. Granted, she died to D.Va, but we could have killed her faster with Helix rocket there. Alright. Leave D.Va down the hole. She's not really a problem. So, like, I think you're okay. It's just a positional problem and accuracy. We need to train more firing at the heads of people instead of, like, just shooting people in kneecaps, because you'll do a surprising amount of damage. Excuse me, that D.Va was on the point, wasn't she? How the hell did that convert into a win? Anyway, right? Let's have a look. And an interesting thing with this overanalyzed, I think, is you've obviously, like, you've got 76 eliminations, which is a high number here. You've obviously sent this game in because you're like, wow, I've had such a good game. Try to avoid that, ladies and gentlemen. But in this case, it's obviously, it hasn't backfired, but because it's such a low-level game, there are tons of issues in the game. So I think I've gone over most of them. I'm not going to recap them at the end of this video because it is quite a long over. I think we're at like 30 minutes. It's a long overanalyzed. But I think there's been a lot of solid advice there. Soldier 76 is one of my mains. It probably is my main, to be fair. I enjoy playing him quite a lot. And, you know, what do I do that's different to, like, what does a GM soldier do that's different to a silver soldier? Well, he just takes the high ground more. He stays stuck to one target when he's attacking them more. He generally fires at the squishy targets more. And he tac visors when D.Va's out of the matrix. That's about it. But there is a lot of mechanical differences, and like things which I highlighted throughout this game, like the sonic arrow on the wall. That's being aware of that's having Overwatch knowledge and going, there's a Hanzo sonic arrow. You know, and this isn't hard to learn. So he knows that I'm here. So he will then, his next logical course of action will be to scatter arrow that area because he'll see me. And we stood there, and luckily we didn't die. But better players will kill you with that, so you need to be aware. And much like the McCree example, McCree drops down. We don't want to fight McCree point blank. He'll flashbang us and kill us. We've got to run away. Guys, I'm Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter, which is at Unit Lost Gaming. And if you read the instructions on the screen, you can send in your stuff for overanalyzed. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.